Okay, we're back in session. And we have discussed in executive session, discussion of possible action in 2121 Ogden. Is there any motions from the trustees to have a stopping letter or to have the special meeting?
I'll make a motion to have a special meeting to put to the citizens of Lisle Township the purchase of 2121 Ogden.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, trustee Robinson and trustee Page. Any discussion? I'm extremely concerned with these personnel cuts that have come up as to how in the world everything is going to be done and explained. And so again, we'd really like to see a draft proposal of how these personnel cuts are going to be done so that the staff and everyone in the community can be rest assured as to how the plans are going to go going forward. Is there any other discussion?
Not from me.
From anyone on this board? Trustee Robinson?
No, the discussion is relative to the motion that's made, correct?
Yes.
Okay, no.
Okay, then roll call vote, Clerk Collins?
Supervisor Hewitt,
Yes.
trustee Robinson,
Yes.
trustee Page,
Yes.
trustee Geist.
Yes.
Okay, the motion carries for a special town hall meeting. And is there any other discussions to dates or time, or we're going to discuss that at the next meeting?
Would you guys mind taking a moment and let's figure out when this special meeting can be? So this way we can move forward for that. So we need to make it what, 15 to, well,
So no less than 14 and no more than 45 days. But the statute actually requires a written statement from the board to the clerk stating that a special meeting is necessary. Are you gonna
Okay.
require that? Or can I do it?
do I
tomorrow?
require that?
Can I do it tomorrow? Or
It is
whoever's gonna do it, I
You
know,
can
like.
do it As long as I get it in the same day.
Okay.
Good point.
Right.
Right?
All right, I just wanna, I ain't doing it when I get home. Okay.
Yeah, good.
All right, that's fine. So 14 days then from the 28th, and no more than 45 days.
7, 8, 9, 10,
And they cannot, special township meetings may not begin before 6 p.m. So it's gotta be that in the
Okay,
evening.
so 14 days I have as the 12th. Is there a day of the week that we like better for the town hall meeting? When's our
Wednesday,
next
the
meeting?
12th is our meeting
Okay,
here.
I guess we can cancel.
We historically do Tuesday nights, right, for like annual meeting?
Oh,
And-
Correct.
yes,
and,
right, yeah.
Wednesday nights are good just because it keeps it kind of,
On our cycle.
Well, interestingly enough, on the 18th, we're supposed to be doing the strat.
We're
plan.
here, yeah.
That goes till 8:30 though, right?
Yeah.
You know.
I would highly suggest it be after the strategy plan.
Sure.
So the 19th,
So
I mean, we do want to do this because if we can't do it,
I like
I
the
really
19th.
feel bad for the owner of the building. So let's get this done as soon
Right,
as
yep, yep.
possible,
I agree.
but still
The
give us
19th?
enough time,
19th.
July 19th.
Okay.
can
3
we
weeks.
ask for Lisle High School that has a very good?
Yep. What?
Um,
well, I talked to Eric Ertwood at the Village of Lisle, and he was confused as to why we thought there was so many costs associated with using that room.
So-
Yeah, we added 2 different costs that were the same, that, yeah, but we don't think that's big enough. We
that's only
mentioned
a 200-person venue at the very most.
Okay, so you want to go to Lisle High School?
Lisle High School had, if we recall, had about a 450
Yeah.
person capacity. We had a very reasonable price. They had a good projection system. They had
Yeah.
all the AV system that was needed. They had the parking that is necessary.
Let's go
So
for it.
can we,
What time?
Yeah, because I'm.
I'm looking at July 19th,
And
right?
I'll take care of it, don't worry about it.
Okay, it
If
ju-
there's an issue for July 19th at the high school, I'll come back and say, okay,
What time do you?
after what
It
time?
has to be after 6, so.
What you
seven,
guys
I would
think?
highly suggest seven.
Yeah,
as
seven's
being
fine.
The time when
Sure.
people can get off work.
Are you okay, John?
Were you sleeping?
Because
Cause that would not be fair.
So we could say, so that actually is a good idea, 7 o'clock, because then we can open the doors earlier, right?
Yeah, because you're gonna have to set up your. time.
That's the only matter, it's the only order of business, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, listen to me, yes, I don't know that.
well,
I-
No, it's-
yeah.
So the agenda for the town hall can be set on the 12th, which is our next meeting.
Well, no.
Or can we,
No,
or no, we have to
You
set
have
it
to set, wait,
now. Or tomorrow.
all right.
I think it has to be the.
Girl,
have
I
to
know.
be
I
the same
was
length
like,
of time as for regular meetings.
tablet.
So I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm falling asleep here,
I don't think we need to
It
do it
has to be-
today.
no, it has to be 15 days, the agenda has to be 15 days.
Oh, but we have to approve it.
No, do we?
We have to
Yes, we
approve the
do.
agenda. Or you have to.
Yeah. So, because it shall be given the same manner and for the same length of time as the regular town meeting, so it's gotta be approved by the board.
Can the agenda be approved by email? Because emails are usually reminding.
Can we do a consent?
No,
No,
so, wait, I got,
especially-
no, you can't do it by email, that would violate the Open Meetings Act.
If it was sent to us individually?
Well, the problem is you have to approve it. By vote, and it doesn't. Your consensus via email is not an actual vote, it
I
was,
swear I've done that before. though.
What about the July 3rd, they have a short meeting? Or some, I mean, if it's 15 days before. Then it has to be 15 days, so it has to be before the 6th or the 4th. So if it has to be before the 4th, we would have to have a special meeting to approve this agenda, right? Just, or
Mhm.
Attorney Waisaki,
yeah, I mean, I think we could probably, if there's only one agenda item though, I think we could probably do it tonight, so the agenda. Would just be the one item, so,
wouldn't there need to be some discussion, like introducing this, like meaning that Assessor Trowbridge or whomever needs to give some educational pieces, and letting people know what's going on with this whole piece
On the 19th?
on the 19th. Meaning at the special meeting, there needs to be somebody that, it can't just be a question.
yeah, presentation, yeah.
So presentation and then
I think-
vote.
Yeah.
Well, you need the public comment, but, so I would take the regular town agenda and just. Change it now. Sorry, let me get there.
Please help us get through. this.
Sorry, I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible, but
Yeah,
I'm
no.
also drowsy, so.
You don't even have to put who's gonna do
No, just presentation, yeah.
this presentation.
And then there's probably, the only issue I see is that I know there's specific wording that we want to use because Carrie Lynn has discussed this with me before, and I don't want to, I want to make sure that, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that that language is correct. I don't know that you need to approve the specific language. I think that.
Well,
we can
technically, it's
talk about-
already tomorrow, right? It's already the 29th at this point.
It's
So
the tw-
Thursday, the 29th to the 6th, to the 13th, to the 20th wouldn't be 3 weeks anyway. You have to have it the 20th for it to be 3 weeks at this point. I just thought about that.
But you need, it's not 3 weeks, though, it's 15
15
days.
days.
Oh, sorry.
15.
No, it's all right, that's all right.
So I put up here the last
Okay,
town
thank you.
hall's
That's-
agenda.
that's it. So,
And so my guess is we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 introduction of elected officials.
Yeah, the
elect-
moderator.
Oh,
Five.
we have to have a, yeah, we
Yeah,
have to
we
do
have
the
to-
whole
you
moderator.
have
Right.
to, yeah, adoption of rules, so really it's 1 through 7 is the same, the approval of the minutes, I don't,
Do we have
they don't,
to?
no, I don't think so, because it's,
Then that's not.
okay, and then you're gonna want a and so instead of,
No report from the clerk, right?
yeah, I think what I would do is just
There-
presentation.
I would just do
On-
presentation, yeah.
And we can decide who's gonna do that later. And then then we need the language for which was on the town hall from 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, well, no, that needs to be
No,
changed.
okay, okay, so-
Like, it has to be extremely specific, and so if we could get the language from Carrie Lynn. With the specific resolution for what.
Yeah,
is-
it's a resolution to delegate authority to the board to conduct that purchase.
Yes.
Is my memory. of
Well,
it.
there's two things. No, I think, well, I don't know what Carrie Lynn wants to do with the language, but I think it needs to be extremely specific. Or at least that was
Well,
or at least, again, it's one of two options legally that you can do. You can either say delegate the authority, which I think was what we were asked to do, because that way, if there's any details that we're trying to change, if we're getting negotiated to a price, having the authority delegated to us allows us to make that sale. Or the other piece was to go extremely specific. And the reason why we were told not to do that was because then if there's any changes, then we would have to come back and do another special meeting. So
Yeah,
the reason why,
so, okay, so my battery's dying, but the special township meeting on June 15th of 2022. There's a presentation on why the resolution was necessary, is how it's worded, and then approval of a resolution to delegate authority to the township board to purchase, sell, and lease property.
I think it should be a whole lot more specific than
it-
that.
I-
That it should
I
be
agree.
I mean,
To-
I'm not a
to-
lawyer,
to
get the
purchase-
lawyer to do it, but to
Yeah.
purchase 2121
Exactly.
Ogden Avenue. Can you put in the price or to,
I think you want to say you want to exercise our option to purchase, because it already.
yeah, there
Delegate
you go.
authority to the township
Right.
board to exercise our option to purchase.
Exercise the option consistent with the lease.
At least, exactly.
There you
Yeah.
go, make it very
Very specific to that.
pointed. They're gonna ask how much, so can, I mean,
Well, I
we're
think
gonna be able to,
There-
we're
there-
gonna have
I
to
think
talk
you
about
have
it.
to, but I wanna, I think that discussion needs to be had with Carrie Lynn, because. As we proceed, the price is gonna be public, but I don't know what needs to happen between now and the publication of the agenda.
And I think that component can become public subsequent to notifying.
Of the town hall. Yeah.
The
Landlord.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yes,
considering it.
yes.
The other part to it
Agreed.
is if we start, well, no, we have the right of first refusal, it's too late.
Okay, so then. So the agenda, I would recommend just utilizing the one from June 15th of 2022 and change that agenda item to approval of resolution to delegate authority to the township board to exercise our purchase options under the lease agreement for 21 Ogden Avenue. And then this agenda had public comments before. I don't know if anyone has strong opinions on, or I'm sorry, public comments after the approval. I don't know if anyone has strong opinions on when public comments should be, but
Well, it's
We-
hard for them to comment till they have the presentation, because here's what happens.
I,
They comment before they get the facts, and it's just a waste of time and energy, and everybody's worked up. I really like,
So,
let's give them the information.
so then maybe presentation, public comment, then resolution. Yeah, because you need a vote on the resolution, so that's what you're looking for. Okay, so Debbie, I don't know if you're taking notes or not. I'm
waiting
sorry.
till you get to the point. Get to the-
So based on what I've just kind of, so the agenda would look like special town meeting, June 19th. And it would be what, July, oh my God, I'm sorry. Whew. It would be called the meeting to order, pledge allegiance, introductions of elected officials, elect the moderator, appoint a sergeant at arms and parliamentarian, presentation, public comment, resolution as we just discussed, adjournment. Is that, okay, then we need a motion to approve that agenda so that Debbie can start the notice proceed, I'm sorry, Clerk Palovitz can start the notice
I'll
proceeding.
make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, trustee Robinson.
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Page. Any other discussion? And a roll call vote, please.
Trustee Robinson.
Yes.
Trustee Page.
Yes.
Trustee Geis.
Yes.
Supervisor Hewitt.
Yes.
Right. Now you don't need a special meeting.
Okay, thank you.
To be back.
For turning the voice out.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask one thing is, now that this happened and based off of comments that you had just made, Supervisor Hewitt, are, you know, I'm hoping the board will agree that I don't think we feel comfortable with you going back to the personnel to speak to and disparaging the board any further than already has been done the other day. Did you hear what I said? Because of what was been said a number of times and comments by Supervisor Hewitt, I'm requesting, and I'm thinking the board feels the same way, would be to not have Supervisor Hewitt go back to the board, I'm sorry, the staff, and disparage the board, or to make, you know, accusations, or to have special meetings to divide the board from the staff any further than already has been. Maybe you guys can speak to that better. I'm just speaking off the cuff.
It's just not helpful. It's just not
So
helpful.
we need to just go through one, we have the rules of this meeting, and so were you done, Clerk Palovitz? You still have 2 minutes.
I'm good for
How do
now.
we adjust the rules of the meeting?
You could always
By
amend
vote,
the vote.
But by majority.
Thank you. Just
Is
ask.
there another trustee with a comment?
Yeah, I would suggest no personnel changes until the personnel committee comes back with recommendations.
We'll be in here first thing Thursday morning. We'll finish. We have very few people that we have left to talk to, and then we have I just requested a meeting for 8 o'clock Friday morning for the personnel committee. We'll discuss.
8 o'clock on Friday morning. Yes. Another public meeting. Okay, for the.
A committee meeting, yes.
Okay.
Let me know
Was
when I
there-
need to show up.
Is there-
So there's
Any
like no negative comments. There's no personnel changes.
Yes,
I,
thank you. Thank you. The division is not helpful.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I'd just like to reiterate what trustee Page said, you know, we're all in this, we all sit through these hours and hours of meetings because we all care. You care, we care. But to continue to perpetuate us as the perpetrator, or, you know, the villain with the staff it's not leadership. It's not. You don't have to agree with us. You don't have to like what we say, but there has to be some level of respect and some level of dignity restored to this situation. And so that the staff doesn't see that they're being pitted between us. It's just not okay. And I recognize that not everybody has had true, like, leadership within a team, you know, and so it's new for people, and I understand that. And maybe there's still some growing pains we've got to go through, but it's not okay to do what happened yesterday. It's not okay to do what happens on a regular basis. And the only way we can all grow from this, we can all do better. I can do better. Everyone can do better, but we can't do better if we're not making a sincere, genuine commitment to be better. Be better.
Any other comments, trustee guys?
No.
Okay, and I'll take a moment to make some comments, and again, without getting any direction in how the personnel budget was to be cut. There was no job descriptions that were given, there were no numbers that were given, there's nothing giving anyone any direction. There's no conversations between the operations manager and the personnel committee. There's no conversations between the personnel committee one-on-one with myself. So again, the reason why everyone has heard that and you all haven't, any document that you all give me, I make sure I put in the packet as soon as I get it. So we didn't get any documentation as to how those significant destructive cuts were going to be made. And
Then
I'm.
we should have had a
all
meeting.
on
You
the
have it
record.
to yourself.
So I
You
gotta
should
do
have a meeting
that.
and sure that
I
that's
can-
it.
Thank you.
Shouldn't have had a meeting to
Make sure
discuss.
that we want to, make sure that we all get our time. Okay, and allow me to finish. Okay, then, is there any other
Yeah,
comments?
I'm going to comment.
And we
Uh,
have
The
2 minutes.
reason is because you unilaterally decided to hire people that you were told not to hire. You put this all in play and you put everybody's job at the township in jeopardy. It is not your position to go to the staff and tell them anything other than, what the vote was, and the vote didn't come yet. You're part of this board, and when we walk out, we're supposed to be together on this. We may not, like you said, agree with each other, but you are to run this, and your actions just divided everybody more. You probably have people looking for new jobs to quit, and that was a fallacy yesterday. Nothing was voted on yesterday, and that was not fair. I question the choice that you make to do that, and I question the operation manager's choice in that decision to separate all the staff, and now it's going to pit them against each other because they know what they feel is going to be cut, and it's these guys' fault, and that's what you said. I think you need to stop. think you need to censure yourself on what you're doing and what things you're putting out there in the public. This also was crazy, and that was all put on you. That is on you. When everybody is saying the same number and saying the same thing, they heard it from somewhere. That was you, Diane. You cannot do that. You have made such a joke of tonight's meeting. I'm done.
Any other trustees with anything else to say or motion?
Motion to adjourn.
And I
forgot that one.
want to make sure that in April 2022, we passed the Employment Commission manual that allowed, and gave me the full authority to do what I did, and I did it.
Wait, when did we pass that?
April 2022.
Someone may want to on a future meeting, put that up, personnel handbook, and be able to change that.
Okay, let's get that revised.